And as we begin this journey now, and feel the vibrations of all of our intentions join together in the center of this circle, each one of us a beautiful circle unto ourselves in the universe of being, in this, the Global Gatekeepers circle, where we call forth through this day out of time, a beautiful, wonderful, wise woman, AumRak Sapper, who will bring her blessings and her beauty as I unmute her now, and she offers the gifts of her spirit and her soul to bless our beautiful circle now. Thank you so much, AumRak, for joining us and for sharing from the Mayan wisdom and the wisdom of your soul.
Thank you very much, Karina. I feel very honored, really, and that you speak so highly of me. It gives me goosebumps. Thank you. Yes, the moment is very special, so I ask you to pay attention to this precious moment, because as we are talking about opening portals, sometimes the portals have to be open in our minds to let go of many of the programmings we hold and to find the true time. Yes, I was even late because I've been all morning being like a bridge of information between what people call this day out of time and the Mayan New Year and all this. And from the side of my companions back in Guatemala, the Association of Mayan Priests, and many of the wise people, wise elders that I know from my country, they mean this is not true. It doesn't belong to the Mayan calendar, not even to the HAB, yeah. But it is a technique that was created by a Dr. Jose Arguelles, a man from California. I believe he was born there. He put together a very interesting system, and I think he didn't have any negative connotation on his willing to give and make his work made. I just don't understand why he called it Maya. The whole story, and I have been reading his books and everything, he talks about the cosmic Maya, which is very interesting, and I am sorry I'm not such a great intellectual to understand his books, because this is all about the mind, and this is what I'm speaking about. His teachings are very interesting, and it created a whole wave of people interested in the sacred calendar, which is a beautiful way to make our people known. It was still in the 80s, and I have known people who knew him personally. I also did, but I didn't have much time. I wanted to talk to him, but he was too busy with other people, so I didn't have the time, but I went there and I wanted to share with him much of the work I have been doing and be like a bridge between the people from the dream spell and the people of the Maya, the people that live in Guatemala, were born, and the descendants of the ancient ones who started all these teachings. Of course, I don't believe there is many people on this planet who is able to understand the depths of the sacred calendar, because there are many different calendars. I'm sorry, my portal is not so ceremonial. You did it very beautiful to open the gate for me. So with your permission, I want to share what for me is genuine. I'm not trying to separate one thing from the other. I'm just trying to understand the different waves of thought that are on this planet about the Mayan calendar and my own experience through working with it for 25 years.
Then what we would really like from you then is just to share what you know of today in your calendar, and we will just leave the rest for another time to share.
Yeah, I'm sorry for taking so much time, but I think it was very important to make
And
that.
thank you for clarifying that.
The clearing now is, yes, our intention is creating the portal. It doesn't matter the date. That was my point, but I wanted to give some explanation because I just don't want to talk like this. Today is number 8, which is harmony, and this is what I'm trying to confirm, the harmony, this beautiful harmony number 8 that flows up and down, and the energy is that of And while I was talking to you, I was feeling these signs where you get these goosebumps all over your body when something takes you and talks to you. But this is the moment, and this is what we're doing here and now, the day of today. We're opening all these portals of the ancient ones so we can share them in this reality. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to add as a prayer or blessing to
Yeah,
our circle?
always, yeah, I've already, I don't know if you can see I'm almost falling off the chair, my altar behind me, calling upon the heart of the heavens, the infinite wisdom, the Father, Mother, Creator, and Keeper of the universes and the multi-dimensions. And I'm calling upon the energies of the elements, the elementals of our beloved Mother Earth, in deep gratitude, calling upon the East, asking for clarity, calling upon the West, remembering that the wisdom is always there after the night of rest, after the meditation, after the moments of doubt. There is always a wisdom. I'm calling upon the direction of the north, the path of our destiny. May our paths be wide and straight, and those of our children. And I'm calling upon the direction of the west, the south, the direction of our ancestors. May we always be guided by their wisdom and love. Thank you. And I call this moment, this precious moment of the here and now, and each one of you. I see it's a large group, and I'm very honored to be one of them. Thank you very much. I think this is for now.
And thank you so much for clarifying your awareness of the deep indigenous roots and the truth that you've come to bring awareness to us. And thank you so much for honoring the gates here and to help us to realize that sometimes things can become mixed and confused when there isn't a clear understanding of the depth of different traditions. So thank you so much, AumRak. And as a guest here, I really ask you to expand in your global gatekeeper capacity in any way you so choose throughout this circle to bring forth the infusions and emanations of the depths of your heart and soul that I know, I adore, and I so love. And may we all feel the wonder and amazement of this, as there are sometimes indigenous cultures that come into the fore from other means and other ways that people can adopt those ways but not fully understand, respect, or honor the true teachings. And perhaps maybe the awareness of this at this time is such that we honor the true indigenous elders that have and are helping to recreate the sacred hoop that has been frayed and oftentimes destroyed by colonialism and by taking over or overtaking these true teachings. So let us bring that into our hearts right now and honor AumRak for speaking from her heart and her truth and her soul and bringing this deep, deep awareness and truth into our circle now. It's so important that we understand this and that we really, really come to the heart of the true seeds that are at the depths of our awareness. And each of us, we have dimensions of being. And in many lifetimes, we have had different roles that we have played, different colors of skin and different genders. And so at this time, we're healing all of those different parameters and different ways in which we have lived in these different roles in our lifetimes. So we call upon the great Mayan wisdom and what you are brought to our circle now, AumRak. And we also call upon those that may have expanded upon it and brought it into the public view, even if it wasn't completely representative of the depth of those indigenous cultures. So thank you once again, AumRak, and in such appreciation for what you've brought forward for us today. And please do continue to bring forth all of your great wisdom into our circle. Thank you so much. Okay, dear ones, feeling the infusing of AumRak's prayers and awareness to us. On this planet, we have had cultures that have come and risen up, and cultures that have descended and dissolved back into the earth. We have their monuments, but maybe in their languages, but maybe we don't understand fully the ways of which they have created these ancient monuments, some in stone, some that are carved right into the earth. And then even now, in our own hearts and beings, the monuments of our own soul, and the language that we are still trying to translate and understand in our own being at this time. There are beings on this planet right now who bring forth language of light, and that language that's rising up from their own depths of being, that they are too trying to translate and understand. It is so important at this time for each of us to dive deep into that awareness. And as a grandmother and I were sitting a couple of days ago before I made the decision with my beloved to move forward with this event, I felt this dispersal of grace come down upon me. We have all in the last 6 to 8 months, and I'm sure many lifetimes, had to dive deep into those areas of our being, the whole planet, all of humanity, going through so many periods of turbulence and tribulation at this time. Just trying to find our way as we've had pauses and rests. However they were created, by whomever these things unfolded, at a higher level, there is a higher plan that is going on, and a deeper, deeper knowing in each of our hearts that we have been prepared. We have been preparing ourselves in every dimension, in every lifetime, right for this moment. And we as these global gatekeepers, we hold keys to codes and to chords of wisdom. And may we now allow ourselves to open unto these and to feel these beautiful blessings coming through. May each of us feel the different shards or fragments of our own being that are returning home after many lifetimes of traveling, perhaps in journeys going in places to bring back the news of the day into our hearts. I ask at this time now that we call in those places of our being that may have felt outside of us, or maybe have been hidden in time in different dimensions of space. Like we invite into the circle all beings, no matter where you are in your heart and soul and journey. As grandmother says, grandmother being the ascended nature of my being, all are given the invitation. That does not mean that all will come, but the invitation must be made. For if we are truly to rise, we must realize that we are in this journey together. May we fill our hearts with the wholeness that is true for us, with the love of our divine nature that is true within our own hearts and being, the God of our own being, the goddess of our own heart. For we are individuated, and we are sparks of light that can join together. We are pillars of truth that can rise up As I've shared in the last few days, I've come to realize there are 3 things that every being who has ever incarnated has wanted in the soul and heart to realize their greatness. These 3 things are as such: to be seen, to be recognized as for who they are, to be seen as deep as one can see a being, to be witnessed with the eyes of creation, with the source of the true heart of the God, Mother, Father, Source, all that is. And in that witnessing and in that seeing, they are held. Behold the greatness of that which is within all beings. May we now, if we so choose, recognize this within our own being. As I say unto you, I recognize you. I see you. I see you as deep as I can see my own being, as wide as I can open the breadth of my eyes, the heart of my soul, the expanse of my being. I look deeply into my own true nature, and may this gaze emanate and reach into thee, into all who are here. May you know that you are recognized, that you are seen. Let us tune into that now, if we so choose. Gazing into our own wonder, closing our eyes and opening the eyes of the heart, and feeling the blessings of this. For when we gaze through the eyes of the divine, we see the Mother, Father, Source, God, all that is, in our own true nature. And may we send this deep into our being, through the universe, through this circle of keepers, and to all beings who are ready to be seen. We invite those that may feel lost and hidden in the shadows of their own heart to come out into the light, that this circle invites you to be seen, to be recognized, to be honored, to be appreciated for all that you are. As we bring our hands into prayer pose for just a moment, as we imagine ourselves bowing down to the greatness within each of our own hearts and to those, our brothers and our sisters, to all nature, to all sentient light, to the depths that are held in the darkened womb of the light of all creation, and to the heights of the crystals, anointing all blessings. We bow down to this and say in the heart, I recognize thee. In this wholeness, in this oneness, I bless thee. I honor thee. Thank you, O Great Spirit. Feeling the vapor of this flow through our hearts now. Feeling a rain of petals of grace descending upon the crown of our being. Feeling a warming light from the hands of the beloved Mother, touching the depths of our soul, placing the essence of her being at her feet, feeling the heart of her light now. As I pass through this being, the sound of this, in grace and blessedness, in honor and peace, we honor all who join into this circle now with this sacred sound. Maria, as we join in our recognition, as we join from the depths of our being and bring forth this light through our hearts, recognizing the power and the presence through our own being. and feeling the prayers that rise up and descend down through the codes, the keys, and the chords of our own blessed harmonics, the light of that which is flowing through us now. Feeling this infusing, feeling this grace, feeling these blessings now. As they come through that which is our body and being, we feel them rising up like two counter-rotating fields, moving through each of the sacred portals of our being, the 7 chakra fields, that which is the depths and the heights, through the meridian lines, through all of the blessed places and spaces in the greatness of our being. We are so honored to have this moment of recognition. Feeling this moment of peace. And breathing this through. And so we say unto all of the second gift that every being on this planet so longs to have is to be heard. To be heard with the ears and the recognition of the universe. To hear the voice of their true calling. And as we hear the blessings that come through our own true calling, to be heard through the voice of that power. And to hear the voice of our own true nature. And when one is seen and witnessed and recognized, we say unto all nature, unto all sentient life, you are heard. To hear the voice of our own being, our own true nature, and to gaze in wonder and listen. Listen to the sounds of the light, of the life, of the truth that draws us all together in this moment. And so I ask you now to listen deeply into your heart. Listen deeply into your soul. Listen through the sound that brings forth the calling. We know in the journeys of our life, those moments when we weren't seen and we weren't heard. We know what it's like to be invisible, to be silenced, to even close off our own voice, and to close down our own treasury. We felt that pain, and we give it forth to the transmuting power of our own divine nature, that which is at the calling of our truth, to be seen and to be heard, and to hear the voice of this planet, her wisdom and her words called forth through her nature. Sometimes she rumbles and she shakes. Sometimes the very consciousness of her field that surrounds her in cloud formations sends torrential rains. And sometimes we feel the light of the sun in our own solar system pour forth great power into her body and being. In the garden of her heart, what rises? Have we always been kind and listened? No. There have been those who have chosen to close their eyes and shut out their ears, to not hear the whispers of the beauty, the power of this great planisphere. We bow down to the sentient nature and the grace of this garden of power and presence in her being, the Great Mother, the great eternal grace, and in our own being, in those moments when we've forgotten and lost our ways. Let's call back in those places where maybe we have shut out parts that we didn't think were pretty or perfect enough. Maybe we didn't want to listen to a certain point in our own journey and we shut down. Let us call back in those places where we haven't always been as clear as we could. Let us call back in the voice and listen deeply now. And as we listen deeply, may we hear the true nature. Perhaps even a message will come, something that is important to us and to each of us. Bringing our hands to our heart center, centering into this beautiful moment, listening deeply. As I bring forth some gentle, sacred sound, finding the true voice, the listening post, the place where truth bubbles up, where a well of a clear voice can be heard. Namo Marasi Amae For all the voices that have been silenced, for all the moments, the unheard blessings and words, we call them into the center of this circle. We feel them drop like a mist into the heart of this circle. All the moments when things that rose up to be listened to, we now hear and are here. We feel this. We honor this in our own recognition for who we have seen and what we have known now. Thank you, all great beings who are here. And that which comes forth through the voice of that deep, bubbling well of wisdom. Thank you so much, O great voice of all humanity, in harmony together. We hear your calling, the light of the light that comes through this. And all the voices over eons of time that have been silenced, now your call comes through like echoing voices in a beautiful choir, a choral reverie coming through, rising up like the sounds of birds calling forth in forests far and wide, the echoing call of rivers bubbling, of storms and thunder, of lightning flashing. Great, great nature, mother, great, wise, divine mother, great, powerful, great father. Your thunderous voice that has been calling out through time and dimension. We gather up and listen. We know it is time to answer the call in our own being. We know it's time to listen deeply. And we know that at the end of our journey, we hear the silence that fills all creation. And we know that woven in that silence is the pure love, the pure light that brings us all here to feel and know and hear what calls us forth to be all that we are. Breathing this in if you so choose, and feeling the whole, harmonic, living, breathing voice that is at the wisdom of all being in all experience. Thank you for blessing this circle at this time. The final gift that draws together the witnessing and seeing and the listening and the hearing that all beings deserve to have is to be valued, to know that their life has meaning, that their purpose here is recognized and seen, is heard and known. To be valued is to be seen, recognized, and heard and listened to. And so we bring together these three recognitions: to be seen, to be heard, and to be valued. And this is the message that we bring forth for this global Gatekeepers gathering. Bringing these three together in our heart right now, to know that we are valued, that we are honored, that our life has meaning, that we have come here for a reason beyond reason. Any reasoning mind, any logical thinking cannot even touch the edge of the woven fabric of this knowing. each life carrying with it a perfect vibration that joins together. When we are seen, recognized, when we are heard, listened to, and when we are valued, we are at one again in the wholeness of our being. And this is what I bring forth today in this circle. Imagine opening our hands right now as if we were feeling a rain of grace, like tiny dewdrops coming into our hands, and opening our hands to receive this blessing, our hands being filled with this radiant nectar, with the light of the Divine Mother Father grace, and to feel this as it comes into our hands, as we feel this rain of light, this dew and nectar of love. It fills us with a radiance beyond all presence, beyond all knowing. I recognize this moment. I see it as it is. I hear the vibration and the frequency of this moment in all eternity. And I value this life and this moment in all eternity. For here I am, as I have always been and always will be. And I open my heart and my soul and my being to the greatness, the power, and the presence of this wisdom, of this intelligence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And as our hands fill with this energy, and they become so filled that we bring them right to our heart center and breathe it right in, filling our being as a conduit of creation, of a vessel and an instrument. I am, I am, I am, that I am, a great light. And as we receive these three gifts and these three awareness, may they move through the center of our circle, radiating out into our communities, into those that we love, into those that are near and dear and far. And this radiance shall continue for as long as we so choose. Oh, as I call forth now, my beloved Charlie Riverman, as we bring forth the blessing of the waters that carry the vibration throughout all of the planet, the lifeblood of the Divine Mother. As I ask him now, as you may wish to bring forth your water, the water of your heart and your soul, as I unmute Charlie, so that he may share in the blessings of what we have received. Thank you so much, Charlie, as I get the water for my vessel.
Bless you, beloved sister. Bless all of you who have come here today on this beautiful day of gathering as gatekeepers, which means much more than we can ever imagine with our simple human minds. And I call them simple human minds because within us is the power of creation that we have always been. And as we gather around the water today, it's a day that Masaru Emoto chose to hold ceremony and call it, I don't know what he called it, but it's a day of recognition of global waters. So this day is important in many cultures, even though people may not understand it in the Mayan terms or in any other ancestral terms. But it being the day of no time, as we call it, we have come to the still point, a point where both beginnings and endings dance. They dance in the light that's reflected upon the water. We all are water. And so this ceremony today of water is even more powerful than any other. We're joining with the ancestors. We're joining with our star families. We're honoring the flow of the water from galaxies we may not even have heard of into our galaxy before our sun was created, and into Mother Earth, giving birth to Mother Earth as a planet within this solar system. This is how ancient the drops of water in our bodies are. This is how ancient we are. And so as we gather here as gatekeepers to remember and honor this water, from which there isn't any separation, even in isolation, we cannot be separated from water. And each drop of water, each tiny drop of water holds the memory of all of life, of all of creation. This is the magic, the mystery, the beingness that we embrace and come together on this day as gatekeepers. So today is, I remember it now, Global Appreciation Day, Water Appreciation Day.
Mhm.
And to the Divine Mother, we now bow, who without water, we do not exist, for that's where we were formed, within her womb. And the Divine Mother's womb is the womb of creation. It's the water. And we have simple words from Dr. Emoto to bless the water. And as I give this first blessing, what I want to do is clear the water in each of us. Every drop of water in us is to be honored. Please take a breath with your mouth and inhale. Feel the water evaporating as you inhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, feel the moisture return and move back into the atmosphere around you. There is no separation. And his simple prayers were powerful. And I offer these 3 simple messages with some that I have added because of who we truly are. And as I do this, I'm blessing every molecule of water in your bodies. And as you embrace that, the vibration goes out to every molecule of water in the world. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. We are unity. Allow that to resonate within your cellular structure. And know that the greater structure that we are a part of is always embracing us. Always supporting us. Always changing the flow of our lives. When we clear everything away, as in this day of no time, to embrace what the water has to say. And I was given this next blessing, which comes from a Maori prophet named Alexander Phillips, who came through the Divine Mother a realization that the world had been teaching that there were three pillars upholding the fabric of the world. And the Divine Mother really expressed to him, no, there's four pillars. There's one that's missing. The mother. And so as we've learned, we have the Divine Father, the child, and the Spirit. And we have been taught that throughout years. But the mother has always been missing in that prayer. And he added it to that prayer, and I want you to feel her presence, because the first one I begin this with is the mother. And it becomes prayer of the mother, the child, the Father, and the eternal Spirit, in that order. Tihe moriora, ite ingua, te whaia, te tama, te matua, te wairua tapu, ite ingua, te tama, te matua, te whaia, te wairua tapu, ite ingua, te matua, te whaia, te tama, te wairua tapu. May the water in your hands, in front of you, and within you, receive that blessing. And I hold up the sacred water that is en route from source to ocean, untouched by humanity, as it was in the beginning, before humanity existed. Aho.
Aho. Thank you so much, Charlie, for your beautiful water blessing. Thank you so much, AumRak, for the sharing at the beginning of our journey in our circle. And thank you to each of you for bringing the light of your nature here to our circle, to infusing the golden heart that is right in the center of our circle, and to feel how beautiful it is for us to join together. I'm just going to do a quick check-in to see if my beloved Gaspar is able to share with the circle. Gaspar, are you available to share anything with our circle right now, or are you still in creation mode? Okay. He's still in creation mode. He's just sent me a private message. He thanks and blesses everyone who is currently in the circle right now, and is so honored to have all of your energy infused in the mandala that he's creating for his mother. So as we take these, there we go, 3:33 p.m., that's exact time, of which I ask each of you now, that's what we wanted to do, to meet at 3:33 p.m., at least in this Eastern time frame. For each of us now to unmute if we can, if you have no, oh, there he is. Hello, beloved.
Yes. Are we on? I don't see the video, but I hope you can, because I'm at the harbor front at Toronto, and it is just so alive with people, which is the most amazing ingredient to any recipe.
Beautiful. Thank you for being with us.
Can you see the Toronto harbor?
Yes, we can. Thank you. Bless you for being at the water, as Charlie was doing the beautiful water blessing for us.
Thank you. Oh, yes. I just want to thank everyone for their prayers, for my mother, for her spirit, and the biggest lottery prize of all was her tolerating and giving my life today. I am so richly rewarded. I have overflowing love letters of just decades of sharing and bringing communities together. Karina has master codes. I'm so grateful to everyone for receiving them and welcoming them into their heart and letting them ripple out to those who are already around you. I thank you, bless you for all that you are, and know how much you are loved and adored.
Thank you, dear one. Perfect timing that we arrive at 3:33 p.m. And I can hear the sound of the water. Is there any message you wanted to deliver to our circle where you are?
Are you asking me?
Yes, my dear.
Oh, I put myself on I put myself on mute so I wouldn't take up any more time. But I am just in such a heart space of overflowing gratitude, and I will leave it at that. And the miracle of every moment is coming into our awareness more than ever. Treasure communities and gazing eye to eye and breathing in harmony and sounds that emerge through voice and.
Thank you, dear one. Much appreciated. We'll let you get back to the ceremony for your mother. Thank you. Ah, it's perfect timing, as always, Charlie. You do the water blessings, and there is the water that comes from Lake Ontario, where we are here. So, dear ones, I now ask if you wish to unmute and have an opportunity to have some moments to share, if you so choose, an intention, a thought to our circle. And let me begin with Sean, if you'd like to unmute and if you'd like to share something briefly with our circle.
Sure. Yeah, thank you so much. I'd just like to thank everyone for gathering, everyone that was here, and thank you to all the wisdom that was shared. My intention that I would just like to share and add to all this is I would just like to wish the blessings of peace to all of you. to all of our lives. May we all be filled with peace and blessings and wonderful harmony going forward. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now I ask Heather Holly if she would like to unmute and share something with our circle.
Yes, I'm glad to bring the lessons of Saturn into this time where we are being cleaved from the life that we once knew into a new and generative way of being. And for those of us who want to cling to the old way of being, we might find that this is a very hot time for us and rather difficult as we struggle with letting go. For those of us who can be more attuned to death and the passing, we will find that we can use Saturn as a guru and a teacher to help us be the wise ones that move forward and with a devotion to that planet. And then bring in the Venus energy behind, which is all the beauty that we so richly deserve.
Thank you so much, Heather. So greatly appreciate this. Thank you. Just breathing in that beautiful blessing and intention. Thank you so much. And I call forth Noi Sniff, if she's available, to unmute and share anything she'd like very briefly with our circle. Oh, I think you got muted again. I will unmute you now and we'll make life easier. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Noi.
Thank you. Thank you, Karina. Thank you to everybody in the circle today. It's just so filled with love and light. And also when you were talking about the rain filled with light, it's literally raining here in New South Wales, in Australia. And it's just pouring and it's just so beautiful. And yeah, it's so just spreading that back to everybody in the circle. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Noi. So appreciated. Thank you so much for your blessing. And I'm going to unmute Donna Galvani if she'd like to say something to the circle. Oh, and I'm unmuting. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, Donna. Oh, I can't hear you right now. I'm not sure if we're getting your sound. No, we're not. Okay, we'll receive your blessing and you can always type it in if you need to on the chat, if you would like to. Okay, thank you, Donna. So appreciated. If you can get your sound to work, maybe we can hear your intention later. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna unmute Ruth if she would like to say anything to our circle, if you're still here with us. Ruth, if you're available and you would like to say anything. Okay. I will pass it on to someone else and we'll go back to Ruth. Prem, love, if you are with us, I'm going to unmute you if there's anything you'd like to share with our circle. If you're still available. Okay. We'll give Tracy Whitted a call, an opportunity. There we go. Hi, Tracy. We can't hear you. Oh, let's unmute. Can you unmute yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
I can push the button. Hi, everyone. My message is to say, be the light and sound that you are, that your heart has great frequency and your voice allows the sound of that love to be expressed. And I encourage each and every one of us, I'm talking to me too, is to actually speak up, be seen, be who we are. We each have a unique gift to offer this planet, this realm, this omniverse. And as we are actually in love with ourselves so much that we just take a risk and be who we are, which when you think about it is really silly because we're who we are. So why can't we just be that? You know, it's very simple, but yet I think it's our mind that gets in the way. So my message is just to be light and sound and be who you are. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Just breathing that in. Saurette, if you would like to unmute and if there's anything you wish to share with us.
Yes, thank you. I think I'm going to go with the blessings that you've given us, but in a different way. For each one of us to see, hear, and value our physical body that is giving and receiving everything that we are going through as we are transcending, ascending, and emerging.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so beautiful, encapsulating everything so wonderfully. Thank you so much, Saurette. So appreciated. Just breathing that in. And now I go to David Akbadier as you unmute, and if there's anything briefly you would like to share with our circle.
I have no words other than to hold space, to uphold space. So let's take a moment to take a deep breath. May you be blessed.
Oh, thank you so much. So appreciated. Thank you, David. Thank you. Lovely. As I move now to David and Masako Brown, and I'm going to unmute you. And you are willing, just if you'd like to share. Oh, I think you're still muted. Why don't you try unmuting yourself? If there's any thing you'd like to say.
Thank you so much. I really synchronize everybody's message. I really felt my heart saying. And I especially want to offer gratitude to all existence, especially people went before us to lay the foundation for us to be here now. And we can be here with our physical body. How we have to be really to offer this time to all soul, mind, heart, and body. So I want to send all gratitude, include myself.
Thank you very much. Breathing in that gratitude for our ancestors and those that have come before us to allow us to be here. Thank you so much, Masako. And now, David.
I'd like to thank you for this wonderful chance to be more conscious in my day-to-day life and to live more from my heart space. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful, being conscious and aware and living from our heart space. And now I ask Rock Castongue if he wants to unmute and share anything he would like with our circle. He's welcome to do that. You need to unmute. Okay, if you can. I can try unmuting you. Oh, no, let's try that again. There we go. There we go.
How's that?
That's good. We can hear you now.
Okay, great. I didn't know I'd be called upon, but I'm glad I am here. Today, important day. My intention here is simply to be truly helpful, mindful, peaceful, quiet. It's in the quiet that we hear, and we hear each other all the time. for our hearts and blessings towards others. We think of others as ourselves, then we truly see clearly. I am honored to be called upon. This is my first Zoom call. Had.
Well, we're so glad you're here. Thank you.
Yes, it's very nice to be part of the circle today. And thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Rock. It's so appreciated. Breathing in. I think I've reached out to everyone. I was going to try to unmute Mina. Mina, if you want to say anything to our circle, if you're available. I know some of us don't have full connectivity in the circle, but we will feel your vibration. If you Oh, good.
Very much. It was lovely, and it was nice to connect with people and relax. Thank you so much for raising the vibration on this planet.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay. Feeling the raising of the vibration on our planet. And just breathing in all of the beautiful blessings from those that chose to share and those that were unable to quite figure out the sound. We still feel in your heart. And I know there's some on the chat here. Yes, just seeing all of the just beautiful messages. Prem Love says, thank you very much, Karina, and everyone here in this space. I am in deep bliss and peace. So grateful for this. Thank you so much. Many beautiful blessings to all in the world. Looking forward to the next gathering. Yes, how beautiful. And to let everyone know that our next gathering will be close to the night of the shooting stars near my beloved's birthday. We're looking at the date of August 8th or August 9th. We're still figuring that out. It's either a Saturday or a Sunday. The closest date we could get to the actual shooting stars and to feel the vibration of that. Gaspar's birthday is August 12th. And usually that's the night of the shooting star. We wanted to have it be convenient for everyone. Oh, hello, everyone.
Can you hear me, look?
Yes. Did you want to say something?
Oh, can you see the harbor?
Yes.
Is it facing the harbor?
Yes.
I'm on board one of the yachts I used to work on.
Okay.
It's incredible. I'm full circle. I haven't been on this place in ages, and I got to offer my blessings to some of the most powerful, beautiful people on earth that had all the resources you could possibly imagine, and they still couldn't buy their way into what we're in right now.
Okay. Well, let's bless them as well.
Oh, absolutely. But I see power in this circle that defies description, and I will leave it at that.
Okay. Thank you so much, dear one. Many blessings.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. So to everyone who has joined and those that are coming in through all different means, we're coming to a close with our circle soon. So I ask each of you now just to take this moment just to breathe in the beauty of our joining together here at the beginning of our circle, when we called forth a calling into our hearts, into a message of the soul, and all of the collective intent from each of us here in the circle, all of our wishes and our dreams, all of the wisdom here. Thanking AumRak for clarification and awareness of the Mayan traditions and the indigenous cultures, and the awareness of being clear about the messages that are brought forth. Thank you so much for your prayers and blessings to our beautiful global gatekeepers gathering. And also thanking and blessing Charlie Bergeron for the beautiful awareness of the water and the importance of this day, and Masur Anmoto, and all that he brought of our awareness of the intelligence and the wisdom of the water of this universe. And just now in the skies going over us is beautiful Neowise, who brings star water with it. It's a comet and its tail is filled with star water. And just to know that we are literally being bathed in universal waters as well. And it's such a signal to all of us just to feel that blazing vapor of energy through our own beings. Just as Tracy was saying, we are who we are. And it's so important to allow ourselves. And for Heather and her awareness of the planets and how they can really help us to let go and to open up to the beauty. And David upholding space for us. And Donna bringing us her silent prayers. We always need silence. And for Masako and the awareness of our ancestors. And for David for being conscious and aware. And Noi for the rain that's falling in New South Wales. Hopefully will give enough moisture so that no fires need to come back to that region, at least for a while. And for Rock, bringing forth the idea of helpfulness and being a peaceful spiritual warrior in our communities. And for Sarat, for bringing together the message that I brought forth for us in our bodies, in our beings, to listen and to hear. And just the rest and peace, the consciousness and the awareness. I know we're not officially in a circle, but could we imagine that we're each of us joining hand to hand and heart to heart at this time? And that we can really feel the touch. That maybe one day we will all be together in a circle. That if the winds of the universe allow us to come together, that we will find a way. But here right now, in this circle, we've joined together with our beloved Mother Earth, with the great wisdom of the divine circles of heavenly light, with the wisdom and brilliance and presence of our divine nature. Oh, and with those that have passed, my dear beloved Gaspar Magistar's mother, who we placed at the beginning of this circle in the center. Her name is Providenza, which means providence or great luck. So thank you, Providenza, for being a gatekeeper in the center of our circle for the heavens, of which you are now abiding. Thank you to all life. Thank you to all the elements. And thank you to the love that has brought us together. Feel the global gate, and you as a keeper with a specific key in the center of your heart. That key unlocks a code and a chord that is like a note of deep, deep wisdom and silence, that when opened adds to all the great gatekeepers here. Your voice is heard, your light is seen, and your being is valued. Breathing in for this moment, and if you so choose, closing your eyes as we complete with silence. breathing this in now.